Welcome. Back at it again.
Once again.
Merry Christmas. Well, no, not yet. Too early. My bad.
Yeah. Nah, boy, we got another episode
too early.
We got another episode before Christmas. Easy.
Chill, but you seen what light skin drinking over there. He got that Christmas drink in his system.
I got Coquito going, man. I got like 4 bottles of these in the fridge.
Chill. There's no one. My mom's ain't trying to make it. She being lazy.
Yo, Chicks, you want to tell some Coquito?
No.
You said what?
Nope. I heard stories about it. Nope.
Yo, listen, man. I'm not gonna put my people on blast, man. It's all right.
I will. Was it the same person that made the
oatmeal
shish kebabs at the barbecue?
Nah, it wasn't.
Frank shish kebab. What is it? Frank tater tots shish kebabs. Throw the Frank. Throw the tater tots in the oven. When everything.
Somebody was busting them down.
Or did they grill the tater tots? How that went?
Somebody said all they needed was ketchup.
Somebody was busting them down.
Yo, who that?
Nah, ain't no snitch.
I just want to welcome everybody to the 1.0 KDR podcast.
More fire.
You know what I'm saying? If you in the basement, don't call up here, don't comment, don't do nothing. Just don't talk.
So you just gonna keep horning the host?
Word, man.
You gotta eat these youngins out here, man. They be talking crazy. Back to you, Chris. I'm back.
Well, welcome. Obviously, episode 14 in effect. The whole gang is here.
Sir.
Buddha.
Yes, sir.
Chips. Hookah chips.
Hookah poppy, baby.
Alberto.
AKA Turkey.
Oh, damn.
Stop bringing up the past, B.
AKA
Every episode, PH got a new get out of jail do-rag. Fresh out of jail do-rag PH in the building.
Just so you know, about a couple more episodes, I'm doing a wave check, B.
Yeah, I heard that. $5.
Word. Facts. Facts.
So we didn't even get to that yet, but okay. And do say pop as always.
Nah, I gave it up, man. He said I was an alcoholic.
Yo, why you like an alcoholic? I was depressed one at that.
I lied.
Yo, no, hold on. Was the top off?
He tried to disrespect you, son. He tried to say you out here false flagging. You ain't drinking, son.
Taking fake swings from the bottom.
That's 2 times.
That's 2.
Oh.
We heard you, sir. We heard you.
I didn't say nothing.
Yes, you did.
I said he's taking fake swings from the bottom.
That's all right.
We got the audio. So don't worry. We have it recorded.
I'm going to get a deal from all of y'all. Just know
we're going to make sure we get this to TMZ. But just to clarify before we start anything, ladies and gentlemen, here at the Mizfitz, we are a young group of men, grown men,
black men,
and we support diversity and we support.
You can have Puerto Rican.
And Dominican, Puerto Dominican.
But as black men, we want to make sure that we uphold ourselves to a standard that no one else can be judged. And here in Mizfitz Sports Radio, moving forward, because in previous episodes, it's definitely been something that we've paid attention to and we've wanted to avoid. But moving forward, every episode, the moment you hear, and I'm going to say it now just for the sake of examples.
Oh, word.
The moment you hear.
Give it up $5.
I'm saying it for the sake of the explanation.
Spell it.
They know what the N-word is.
The moment you hear the N-word,
all right,
there will be $5 donated to that person's decided charity of that week or of that month. And we'll do it as this. We'll collect it as a monthly pot. as we go through, if as that builds up, we'll make that donation per month. So to assist with avoiding any type of uncomfortableness and any type of offensiveness, that's what we're going to be doing. We want to make sure we pay it back. We're all upstanding, law-abiding black men, except for Stephen, obviously. But we want to make sure.
I'm out of that life, all right? I ran away.
I'm out of that life.
I escaped, right?
We're all about leading our youth in the right direction, and it starts with us. So just wanted to make that public service number. So anytime you hear $5 in the pot or we got you, that's what we talking about, okay? But where did this man go?
Yo, he left. He went with that damn dog, man.
My fault, man.
Look, he had to go get the dog out the kitchen.
Nah, run in the kitchen. Just don't pee in the kitchen. That's it.
Don't disrespect your territory. I know.
It's coming from I live in the zoo, Chips.
Mm-hmm.
How's everybody week though, man? I'm gonna take a note from Pop. I ain't even gonna jump right into it. How's everybody?
I almost had a bad week, man. I was at work. I got an iPod Touch, so I be listening to music. I play through the speakers and all that. So I'm doing something at work. The person I was dealing with had an iPhone. So that I didn't confuse the two, I thought I put my iPod away. So end of the day, I go home searching for my joint. I'm like, oh my God, I can't find it. So the person I was dealing with, they had an email address. So I emailed them. I say, yo, in your stuff, did you find the iPod? So they was like, no. So I'm like, fuck. Wifey bought the iPod for me, got my name engraved on the back and all of that. So I'm like, I gotta just go and buy a new iPod. I'm not telling her that I lost the iPod. So I'm looking up the prices, how much it costs to get it engraved. First I called, that was like my Friday. So I called work. I'm like, yo, anybody find anything? I called Lost and Found. Everybody said no. I'm like, all right, it's a dog. I go to work today. They was like, yo, we found your iPhone. I was like, you mean iPod? You sure? Because I'm like, shorty could have been lying when I hit her up on the email and she pocketed it. They was like, nah, your name is on the back. I was like, oh my God, thank you.
You almost have to do a Jinx the Cat and spray paint the tail. Man.
Yeah.
I thought you was going to have another story like when you went to the store and you had it in somewhere, you just couldn't find it.
Oh, no. That was an Osei moment.
He is about to have to replace Mama Bird.
Word, that's exactly what's going to happen. But yeah, that's it for me.
My week was cool. I mean, mostly work. For the weekend, though, I went to SantaCon, dressed up like Santa Claus.
Word, yo, you know what?
Oh, I'm putting that in there.
I was dead.
Yeah, I'm putting that in there. Go ahead, keep talking.
Go ahead, son. Go ahead. How was SantaCon, son?
Look at his face.
Yeah, he mad lost right now.
Yeah, he lost. But SantaCon was lit. You know what I'm saying? There was only one casualty of war out there for the day. This dude had to get carted out one of the clubs.
Oh, it was two. It was two.
What, they had to get carted out? Now, I only remember one dude.
No, two casualties of war.
Oh, chips.
Oh. No. It was two, trust me.
Yeah? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, whatever.
Keep telling the highlights.
So I really don't remember a second one, though. What are you talking about?
Keep talking.
Maybe that's why he was casualty.
He just rap or he got beat up.
Come on, there was another story. He was waiting for the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Waiting to go to the men's bathroom, and I seen some chicks in there, and they like standing up on the stove door, throwing ice and water in there. I'm like, what the hell are they doing? It was a couple in there smashing for mad long, and they was just throwing ice and water at them, trying to get them out.
In the bathroom stall, he said, "I'm going."
But I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, well, y'all get mad at him for smashing in the store, but he in the men's bathroom. Y'all in the men's bathroom. Y'all not supposed to be in here. I'm in the bathroom, man. Let him in the business.
They was black or white?
They was black. The couple was white.
That's why they was mad. They wasn't getting no hammers.
Yeah, but SantaCon was lit. Now, I don't know what other casual y'all talking
Lit
about.
though.
What do you do? So hold on, because I've never.
No, don't worry. We just gonna put it in there while he talking. While he talking.
Yeah, just make sure you watch the episode. It'll be good. But so I've never been to SantaCon.
Oh, yo, y'all funny. Yo, did y'all get the whole video? Oh, I forgot about that.
That's why I told Chip, shut up. See? Damn, dog.
Forgot.
I ain't even want no remembrance. I just wanted to see the episode and be like.
So what had happened was we was coming out one of the bars before we was headed to another club, and I opened the door for the ladies, and as soon as I opened the door, whap, I got popped. I turned around, I'm like, what the hell? This dude in a reindeer suit was like, bro, you want to have a pillow fight? And we just went in the middle of the street, man.
Wait.
For like 3 minutes. Out of all the breath I could hold, son. Gone.
In the cold.
He just snuffed you with the pillow off break first.
Popped me right in the back of my head with it. Popped me right in the back of my head. You never saw those YouTube videos? That's how they start, though. Dude just hit you, bro. Let's have a pillow fight. And just throw the pillow at you and you just got to go. Yeah, that's what happened. I forgot about that.
But so what is SantaCon? Because I've never been there.
So
what's the gist of it?
So it's just about running around outside drinking. So basically, SantaCon, everybody's dressed up in Christmas-related outfits. And there's like different hot spots you could go to get your wristband. And they give you a list of bars and clubs. And you get into these places for free. You also eat and drink at a cheaper price because you participating in the SantaCon. There's like hundreds of venues. There's no way you could go to every venue. It's impossible.
So it's like
some trading places type shit.
It's like a Santa bar crawl.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Still living that life. Chips?
It's quiet over here, man. I'm broke, man. You know my story.
Bought a house.
SantaCon was $12.
He just bought a house.
Yeah, why you gotta put that man out there, son?
You just bought a house 3 years ago. Nah,
because he called out on me, man. He's supposed to come.
But you know what? He do have to take care of the people in the circus, so he good.
I don't understand what that means.
Boo, tomatoes.
Forest outside.
Get out of here. You in that?
Well,
He said tomatoes.
My week was chill, man. Long week at work.
Can I ask one question? Does that say G to D like got the drawers from Martin? The top of your hat? Oh, that's hot. That's classic.
Indeed, it does, my brother.
Yeah, what's the website again?
This ain't on there. This separate.
Oh, that's exclusive. All right.
GT got the drawers, though.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, had a long week at work just to get snowed in on Sunday.
With 2 inches of snow.
Nah. It was legit this time. That was the expectation. Legit. They was calling for snow. They was like, oh, it's going to be 1 to 3 inches. Like, okay, it's going to be some BS. Dog, we got about 13 inches of snow on Sunday. Like, it was tripping the whole day.
Man, that's life or death.
Dog, Nabi was loving it. She ain't have school yet. First day of school back tomorrow, 2-hour delay.
That's crazy.
Madison's first day was today, and she had a 3-hour delay.
Yo, we used to have to go to school during these blizzards. It's so weird to me, man.
They're not in New York, son.
It's different down here, though. Yeah, son. Like, down here, they worried about bus stops. And
Everything.
A lot of these bus stops is on, like, small back roads.
Oh, okay.
So if it rained too hard, they'll shut school down because they're like, oh, the bus route isn't safe. Like, it's mad BS. But all right, get to it. Speaking of last week and speaking of the recap of the week, NCAA basketball came out with new rankings. Some changes have been made. I know some people in here happy, feel like NCAA finally got it right. Pop out here looking like he about to make a proposition that you can't refuse.
I was gonna fix your car.
But let's just throw it out there, man. New rankings on the NCAA. have Kansas at number 1 now. Now, a lot of people feel like Kansas should have never lost it. Obviously, power rankings do change every week. But how do you feel? You guys feel like the NCAA got it right? PH, it's on you first.
Figures it would have been me since I'm the Kansas fan in here. But, yes, finally got it right. And, yes, they should have never lost that first spot to begin with because they don't have no weak schedule. And I don't care about 3 beating 1, how they beat them, because one's looking like they about to be out the top 25. Meaning Kentucky.
They was two.
Whatever. Either way, they're about to be out the top 25, and that win is not looking as great as it was before. Gonzaga's still looking like they the real deal. I mean, they lost to Tennessee, but Tennessee is also a great team because Kansas just beat them when they played them.
Yo, I didn't know Tennessee was up there. I ain't even gonna lie until I saw the new rankings too. That's crazy.
I can't remember the dude on their team. They got like a power forward. He looked like he gonna be all right, man. And another team that I didn't expect to be up there was Michigan, showing out a whole lot, and it's looking like they could be a contender for that championship this year for the first time in a long time.
Definitely gonna make some noise.
Yeah, man.
What you got, Pop? I know you. This has been big talks for you.
Nah, not big talks, because when me and Chips was going back and forth about it, it's not that I didn't understand. Like, you know, that first game, Duke came out and they probably exceeded expectations for that first game. They played the number 2 team and they made them look like they didn't deserve to be in the top 25, like PH said they probably end up going to be in. But my thing is just, when you're number 1, you should have to lose the number 1 spot. It's almost like boxing. Like, they're not going to take the belt from you if the fight isn't the way that they want it to look. Like, you got to lose that number 1 spot. It shouldn't be taken from you. That was my whole thing. You shouldn't take the 1 spot from them.
Makes sense.
That was my whole thing. But go ahead, Chips.
I'm not mad at it. Like I said, my whole stance when we was talking about it was the fact that it was the first poll. No games had been seen yet. And it was just whoever voted, you know, they thought Duke was the overwhelming new number 1. I'm not mad at it. You know, like some people might disagree with that. But Kansas, they kept rolling. And now they got number 1. Duke got number 2. So I'm not mad at that at all. Like y'all said, I was surprised to see Tennessee up there ahead of Gonzaga. So that was a shock for me.
Wow.
Why not?
Yeah, why is that a shock to you? Didn't Tennessee just beat Gonzaga? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why they not number 1.
Oh, I didn't know they. How many losses? Gonzaga got 1. Yeah, that was they won your launch. Yeah, you're right. But no, I'm just saying not a shock because of, you know, they beat them. I'm just saying I didn't expect them to be this good. I didn't think they was going to be up there competing like they are. So I'm shocked to see that. I should say that.
Good backtrack though. Go ahead.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant.
He on you though. But
no, sir.
I didn't think that they was gonna be that good. Same thing like you said with Michigan. But I keep wanting to say power rankings. AP poll. It's early in the season. We know it's going to be a lot of fluctuation. The thing about college.
One of y'all want to get them or no? No. All right, we're gonna let it rock. Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to smell it? Yeah,
Nah. Nobody said it. Nah. Nobody said it. Go ahead.
The thing about the AP poll in college, like you're going to see a lot of teams. It's going to be some 10-0s, 11-0s, 15-0s down in the middle of the pack. Some teams with 1 loss, 2 losses up ahead of the pack.
St. John's.
Michigan.
I'm going to speak on that team. So, I don't get into, did they lose? Did they win or whatever? I'm telling you, the AP poll in college has a lot to do with how the team is playing and how they're winning and different components of the game. But I'm not mad at the AP poll results that came out recently.
What you got, Puda? What you thinking?
I ain't got much, baby. I might have some questions.
Throw them out there then. What's the question?
Well, at SantaCon, at one of the venues I did watch the Duke game, these dudes play with some crazy intensity, man. I just want to know, do y'all really think they could take the whole thing? The way they play. These dudes are like big boys out there.
Oh, yeah. But they the overwhelming favorites still to win a championship.
Y'all. My guys
well, I'm a Duke fan, so I'm going to be biased a little bit.
But you could be realistic, though.
No, I'm saying I'm going to be biased a little bit because I'm a Duke fan. But I'm telling you, this is probably one of the most complete young Duke teams I've ever seen.
Nah, he right about that.
Like from the offensive firepower to the defensive, like the way they play defense.
Nah, that's what draws me. Their defense is crazy and it's so fast.
The only thing I will say is, right, because Puda, I know you're not big on college, period, no matter the sport. As college basketball and college football is not similar at all. But at this point of the year, it's kind of like the beginning of college football also. Like, they're playing a bunch of nobody. They sprinkle in
teams
here and there. But it's like in January, February, when you start playing your conference and stuff like that.
Right before March Madness.
But they played Army, or was it Navy they played?
Yeah.
Like, no disrespect to them guys. And this is not to take nothing away from Duke, because they do play good defense and they are more athletic than probably more than half the nation, but they are playing teams like Navy and shit.
So another question, why would Michigan be ranked 5th? They're 10-0.
That goes to what I just said. Like, it's about how you play. It's going to be 10-0s and undefeated team that's not automatically pushed to the top of the bunch just because they're undefeated.
Yeah, that's also like UVA. UVA is like
in
6
the
right
rankings too. So they gotta work their way up.
And you know what else? Remember when PH and Chris was going back and forth about college football? And I think PH was like, one conference get more love than the other conference. It's like that in basketball too.
Yeah, but
it also plays a part in who you play too. Like you said, right now it's a bunch of games that are being played against lesser opponents. The one thing I would say to answer your initial question, I feel like this team is primed for upset in the tournament once it starts.
Who? Duke?
Duke. I feel like they're definitely primed for upset. The one thing I said, remember when I said when we had talked about it, like, do we initially, like, the initial thoughts, and I felt like Coach K could get out coached with this team. I feel like Coach K is starting to rely on the one-and-done players. Hey, you already know I'm a fan, so it's not like I'm not a Duke fan.
And you have to, but you got to at this point.
Yeah, like that's not Coach K fault. Like, that's just the trend.
No. Yeah, I'm not saying it's his fault directly, because he's dealing with 4, 5 freshmen, where it's young guys that aren't able to really take in the Coach K, style, take in the entire form. So he's really, all right, I'm going to teach you guys the basics of what I want to be done. We're going to do this all in one season, and then you're going to be gone, and I got to teach another 5 this next year. So he doesn't have the time to build the team like he used to do, where he built powerhouses.
I kind of have an issue with that statement, because Coach K is considered one of the greatest coaches of all time, well respected, and I don't think he's going to have an issue with, conforming with the times of learning how to coach one and dones, and fresh put together teams. He's obviously changed up his style of play with his team. It's a lot more get the ball and go, do what you do, a lot less set plays. This year he has the ability with the more athletic players that he has now to stop playing as much zone, so he can go back to the man defense. And he lets these boys run up and down the floor, and that's what they do. That's what they're good at. Like I was saying before, the intensity. Yeah, they playing lesser teams, but the intensity, like it took me back to the days where like Jason Williams and the boys used to bang on the floor when they, coming down in the close game. You know what I mean? Getting hype on that defensive end. So like I don't think if you're gonna say they can be upset because they're young. Of course, any young team has that hurdle to get over.
Okay, but we're not talking about any young team. Okay, don't discredit what I'm saying based on them just being a young team.
No, I'm saying if that's why you're saying it because they're young, then I can see that. But that's like I said, any young team is gonna go through that. This young team is way better than your average young team.
But they also have young moments. That's why I said prime for upset in the tournament. Because in the tournament, you don't have, okay, we can make an adjustment, or okay, we'll get them next time. No, one and done.
But you can't. I don't know if you can tell me off the top of the head what veteran team is poised to do that. You know what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
Because you saying they're young. So, yeah,
and that's why I prefaced it by saying go back to when we initially asked the question weeks ago. Excuse me, when Pop initially asked, what team could you see beating them? Remember, my response wasn't in a particular team. I felt like they would get out-coached in that position, and that's where they would lose.
But if you say out-coached,
it's too early. I think it's too early to pick a team right now.
Now you can't pick a team right now. But
we made predictions though, because you asked the question, Pop. That's what I'm saying. Like we made the predictions when it first happened.
Yeah, I know.
So going off of that, that's why I prefaced it as that.
But you're saying out-coached as if Coach K is not a great coach.
No, I'm not saying that. I've never said that.
You can still get out-coached if you're a great coach.
Exactly. Just because you're a great coach don't mean you don't get out-coached on some games.
No. I guess when you say out-coached, like you're saying like he's going to mess up the lineup or something. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's what I'm saying. No. No, so it's not necessarily he messing up the lineup. I'm saying literally in this offense, and even last year you saw it too. He let them play. It wasn't many adjustments that he made on defense. Like look at last year, stayed in that zone, and
okay.
So this year he has players where they're strong.
So that's why I said.
Word. Can he finish talking? Chill.
Yo, PA, stay out of me. We're not talking to you. He interrupted me, and we having a debate back and forth, man. But go ahead, Yitiri. Word, son. Mind your business.
Yo, he couldn't even say it, though.
Cause that you interrupted me, he don't say nothing, and now I interrupt you. Can he finish? But go ahead.
Because he knows. Stop interrupting me, fam. But no, so with this team, they have their moments where they'll just go. It won't be, all right, stop, set, run the play, and they can get – I feel that's why I said they're prime in the tournament for it. Not necessarily Coach K not making adjustments or anything like that. Like, this team in that first half against Yale was only down by 9 points, son.
Yeah.
Like, they had to make that adjustment to step up. If that adjustment wasn't made, it would have been a closer game than it really needed. Now, granted, they blew them out in the second half, but –
They blew them out off of like sheer athleticism. Like they was just better.
So this is why I'm saying that. If there's one coach in college basketball,
I could throw one out there. Tom Izzo.
I mean, you can, and I agree.
And that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. They're not going to be able to out-athlete every team.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to have to be able to adjust that.
All right. So can I respond now, or y'all gonna keep going?
Go ahead.
So that's what I'm saying. When you combine all those aspects, right? if there's one coach that I'm going to pick that can make adjustments, I'm going to say Coach K, right? Now, also on the flip side, like you said, take last year versus this year. Last year, he had to play a lot of zone. He didn't have a team like this caliber. These players that he has this year, they are far superior than the young boys they had last year. So I think once you have the coach that can make these adjustments that I'm going to have faith in, he has the players that can execute those adjustments and take over a game at the drop of a dime. Last year, with Bagley and them boys, I wasn't so confident that they can, wake up out of the blue. The 3-point shooting game wasn't there like it is this year. And again, the defense wasn't there, nowhere near as close as it is this year. So that's what I'm saying. If you put everything together, yes, they're young, but there's a lot of other young teams in the NCAA this year. So I don't think that's something to watch because they're young and it's a one and done team or whatever. I don't think that's something to watch. I think they're too athletic. I think they're too good. I think it's a reason why they are the overwhelming favorites to win a championship.
Just remember, once they start playing in conference games, remember what I said. Because UVA plays defense.
And Duke plays defense now, too. That's what I'm saying. So we'll see.
And that's what I'm saying. It's going to be different when they start getting against teams that are because we all agreed, they haven't really played outside of – even now, Kentucky wasn't on anybody's level because they're almost out of the top 25, period. So Gonzaga was the one team that they played where it was like, okay, this is going to be a team that we really going to have to worry about later on in the season. And look what happened.
No, they play Auburn. Auburn is playing pretty good basketball right now.
Gonzaga took it. I mean, Duke took an L against Gonzaga, but it was still a close game. And like you said, they're a young team, and it's early in the season. So we'll see. But I think you can't deny.
Yeah, don't worry. I want them to win because I want all the shit talking I could do.
Yeah.
But that was a good question, Poodle. Like, legit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So let me keep it on the college basketball. Let me give a shout out to the Homer team.
30 seconds, man.
Let me give a shout out to the Homer team, man. St. John's, man, and the local boy from the hood, man, Shamari Ponds. Them boys are balling. They 9-0. I'm kind of disappointed that they not in the power rankings.
And the AP poll.
Let me just. Yeah, I don't know why I keep saying that shit. AP poll.
Yo, leave that man alone. Let him say power rankings, dog.
Yo, stop interrupting Chips.
Word, son. Nah, PH my number one fan. Keep doing it, baby. I love you for that, baby. But Ponds, his like he stepped it up from last year. His stats is 21.6 a game right now, 3.9 rebounds, 4.9 assists. He had the game winner versus VCU, had 35 that game, 37-point game against Georgia Tech. And some of the moves and skill he's showing, like to be a point guard, I think he's going to shock a lot of people this year, and his NBA stock is rising every game.
Especially, ain't he a lefty too?
I think he might be. I'm not sure.
I think that plays a big part too in it. Like,
he did this spin move one game. I was like, this boy is killing. But yeah, he playing with ice in his vein. And shout out to Chris Mullin, man.
Word.
Shout out to Chris Mullin, bringing some basketball back to NYC. Much love.
Yeah, going back to your alma mater. He's doing more than Pat Ewing, so. No hate.
Georgetown doing it right over there.
You said what?
Georgetown doing okay.
Where they at?
They only lost like 2 games. They probably like 7-2, 6-2.
I got you. But I don't even recall who they might have lost to, so I ain't even gonna ask.
They lost to Syracuse this past weekend.
I got you. And they've always played them tough, though, too. So
before we move on, whenever y'all hear Pop talk about the Big East, I'm talking about all the teams that was in the Big East
from the old Big East
2000. I don't care what conference they in now. They still a Big East.
He said, I don't care about these transitions. They still Big East.
All right, moving along.
All right. Over the weekend, Vasily Lomachenko. Loma. My pound for pound best fighter right now. Had a big bout. It was against a good fighter. It was a good fight. No, don't do that, Pop. Don't do that. It was a good fight.
Son, don't make me waste my cigars, man.
I look like he's smoking more than a cigar.
Yo, don't do that. Yo, anybody from my job, workplace that's watching this is a cigar. I don't know about the criminal over there with the do-rag.
Yo.
Old criminal. I'm reformed, all right? Reformed.
But it was a good fight, man. It was a real good fight.
You was impressed with your man?
I was definitely impressed. I feel
No,
like
all right, better question. What did you think about the opponent?
Dude showed a lot of heart. For his record, I was expecting a tough fight. I feel like he just couldn't get his timing down. And then eventually it was Lomachenko just started taking his shots. You said what?
Lomachenko win.
But I definitely am concerned about that right shoulder. Definitely concerned about that because he wasn't throwing it much.
I think he probably fine after this one.
I feel like it helped with his combination, especially that round where he was wilding.
Yeah.
He was throwing all those punches. He was letting
it was like the 10th or the 11th round.
I think it was the 9th.
Yeah, I think it was like the 10th.
Yo, who was doing the commentary?
Timothy Bradley.
I think it was Bradley. He mentioned something about him being injured at one time.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's talking about another fighter being injured. And they didn't realize that he didn't throw the right as much until later when he watched the fight back because he was just being overprotective. I won't be surprised if it's the same thing. Like, you could beat this guy going 80%. So you're not going to go out there and risk re-injuring yourself.
Yeah. I mean, he was getting some good pop shots on him. He got a couple good shots in, but it was a situation where Lomachenko was just better than him, flat out.
Yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't take that away from him or, take any less. You can only fight who decides they want to step up into the ring with him. And a lot of dudes is ducking him right now. Bring on Tank.
Bring it on.
Go ahead, let him come get this smoke.
Your man Mikey Garcia should have did that instead of what he about to die. I don't know why he chose to die.
I do think Mikey should have went for one more payday before this fight.
Word, son. So I said I'm gonna die before I get paid.
Yo, I definitely think he should have went for one more fight before this one. So I agree with that. Yeah, Lomachenko the best boxer ever. They're just gonna start it like I'm just playing. Yo, Eddie hit the button.
Yeah.
But no.
Oh my God.
It was a decent fight over the weekend. I do want to see him fighting more.
Went crazy. Sorry.
What?
Sorry,
he dunked on somebody?
Yeah, like the whole team, B. For the lead.
And then that's what's going to happen. Fizdale going to put him on the bench next game.
Because he ain't getting his hand up on defense.
Fizdale going to be like, nah, we won a game. You wildin'. Go back to the bench.
That's what he's supposed to do.
Oh, no, not the whole team. It looked like the whole team.
That was one person, you fool.
Idiot.
You big dummy.
But yo, so with boxing, we're gonna keep it here on boxing because I do have a question for y'all. Right now, it seems like everything's leaning away from the traditional pay-per-view events. A lot of boxing events now, a lot of main fighters, like Canelo going to and Anthony Joshua going to that app, DAZN. It seems like Golden Boy is promoting that.
That's what it's called, DAZN?
Yeah, it's DAZN.
I was pronouncing it DAZN this whole time. So I swear to you.
You staying at the DAZN?
Oh, what's DAZN?
Yo.
Yo, hold on. Can I just comment real quick on Lomachenko real quick?
Yep.
What up?
This goes back to college sports, man. All right. He's pound for pound the best, arguably the best with 10 fights.
I know where you going.
No. Why does he have 480 amateur boxing matches? And is that normal?
So, the reason that he stayed amateur for so long, he literally, I think he did 2 Olympics in his weight class. You can't fight. Once you go pro, you can't represent your country, so to speak, as you would. So the same, like the way NBA is, it's not like that with boxing. Once you go pro, you no longer can compete or, do anything with amateur sports in boxing. So he basically stayed amateur.
He the Ben Simmons of boxing, B. He's not rookie of the year.
I saw that number and I could not believe what I was looking at. I'm like, nah, that's not possible. That can't be right.
And
Ben Simmons of boxing, son.
That's where people mistake, well, why is he pound for pound in that list and he only has 12 fights?
Yeah.
Because of the damage that he did as an amateur. 400 and whatever and 2?
But pro doesn't matter?
It does matter, but it's a part of it. Like they're not holding it against him based on everything that he's done. And the one pro that he lost was questionable. So, but
listen,
loss is loss.
And Pop told me that was his second fight.
It was his second fight, yeah. It was his second fight.
White privilege.
Yeah, okay, there we go. Makes sense.
He's not even from this country.
Like that matters.
He's not white.
When has that ever mattered?
He had a pretty good tan this last fight. He was like, he could have passed for mixed. So he was about your complexion this last fight, Puda.
Passing the mix, nothing.
Nah,
he was like your complexion this last fight.
He was Puda complexion last fight.
Al's lighter than me. I'm going to keep it on him. Go ahead.
He said that's the good lighting, son. He's sitting right under the bulb too.
Yo, why you think Chip's forehead always sweating?
Like a mistletoe? The light is right over his head like a mistletoe?
Yo, what's up with these poses though? So what the fuck?
Yeah, you gotta get the angle.
Stop doing that, man.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable.
He said you gotta get the right angle.
Yo, he over here, Dwight Howard in the podcast. Chill, son.
Oh my God.
That oh my God is something about the Knicks or the Nets, I'm assuming.
Mr. Shot. Yo, Puda, they doing what they supposed to do, man. Try hard, take an L.
He said. But yo, how do y'all feel about boxing, man? Obviously, we're used to the traditional. Every major fight is on pay-per-view. If you're in the pound for pound rankings, most of your fights are on pay-per-view. Now you got PBS. That used to be Reading Rainbow. Like PBS is doing fights. Like ESPN. Even where ESPN is trying to get people to get their ESPN app, so you pay the $9.99 and you get the ESPN Plus to watch certain fights. Or like this Lomachenko fight was on free ESPN.
But ESPN makes sense because it's a sports network. PBS though is crazy.
No, that's not the channel.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Premier boxing sport.
Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on it, Chips? I saw your hand up. What do you think?
Boxing is following the generation, man. Just like with music, just like with sports, it's just so many different ways to watch games. That's cheaper than paying $90 for a fight on pay-per-view. People are not with it. It's not happening. A pretty good fight, just happened with Wilder and Fury, and those numbers were horrible.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I saw a report. It was horrible. I don't have the exact numbers, but I know it was horrible. People are not. You said what?
He might be making these numbers up, but go ahead.
I ain't say numbers. I ain't said numbers. So do me a favor, slide off a little bit. Let me finish my statement. All right? Thank you.
Oh no, it definitely was terrible.
Yeah, yo, people like to.
Well, you know what? Wait.
You got a track history, fam.
What's
Nah, fam.
It depends, I guess. But yeah, it was kind of bad.
Yeah, but back to my point.
It was less
pay-per-view is not it no more.
It was less than 400,000 bars.
So back to my point. It's just so many ways to watch boxing, man. You stream, you got your Fire Sticks, you got your apps. Like, it's just so many different ways. So these promoters and these companies have to figure out how to bring the money in and what brings the money in. So how does that work? They got to make deals with these different television, networks or whatever, to in different platforms to be able to strike. Yo, you show. I'll put these fights on your network. You pay us some money or whatever, and do it like that. It's like pay-per-view is dead now. Like nobody's really doing it. Pay-per-view is for the cheap stuff like Smack, Battle Bars, and you do a little $9.99 on pay-per-view. Like, it's just too many apps. There's too many avenues to go to show fights and have fans enjoy it. So,
what you think, Pop?
I know you're right. It is about the times, but before the rest of that came into play, back in 2015, PBS came to life. It was born. It was like 2015 or 2014, one of them. And they made all.
Didn't they start on like NBC or something?
They made deals with NBC, Spike TV, CBS, ESPN. They made deals with all the regular networks and put it on regular TV. But when they promoted it, they were saying we're going back to the old days when Muhammad Ali and them used to be on regular TV. It wasn't pay-per-view. All them old fights in the 70s and 80s was on regular TV. It wasn't until the late 80s and 90s when pay-per-view came about. So when everybody was saying boxing is dead, they came up with this bright idea to let's go back to how it used to be. Put quality fights on regular TV where everybody don't got to spend a bunch of money. And I think it progressed. So it's like, all right, so boom, here we go. Good fights. We could turn to Channel 4. We could turn to NBC and watch a good fight. Then MMA, most of their big fights is on pay-per-view, but you get a bunch of cards, a bunch of different fights, and it's not as much as a Mayweather fight. It's not $100. So with the zone, now you could pay monthly. It's almost like Netflix. You pay $10 a month or whatever it is, and you get whatever you want to watch whenever it comes on. So you bring up Wilder and Fury. I had hosted a fight party in the crib. It was like $70, I think. But even that, we watched it on my PlayStation. They got the live events on PlayStation. I didn't have to go through Showtime and buy it through Showtime. So I think it's a good thing. I think HBO just don't want to get with the times. HBO is just so used to having everybody subscribe today and being the main premier cable and all of that. Like you said, you got to get with the times. What you think, PH?
Well, first off, shout out to HBO and Game of Thrones. Don't be disrespecting. Leave that at that. But I definitely agree. Actually with both of them. I think it's about the times and just wanting to pay $100 a fight, man. It gets ridiculous. It used to be $39.99, then it was $49.99, then it was like $79.99.
Bro, you showing your age, blood.
I don't care. It don't matter. But I mean, it just, I guess with the times, they just trying to reach and just squeeze every dollar out of people that they possibly can get. And the other ones is just like, you know what? Let's undercut them and get everybody on this new wave. And it looked like it's about to start working because looks like a better deal to do it that way than to be paying a whole lot more for a lot less.
Yeah.
Oh, you see that money Canelo got?
Yeah.
Yo, just think about it, yo.
You seen that bum commercial he got?
Yes,
I
seen it.
All he says is C. C.
Yes. He don't know too many other words.
Just think about it. You can keep your fights on pay-per-view and have the hardcore boxing fans watch it, and slowly they start saying, yo, I don't want to pay $100, so you lose revenue. Or you can strike a deal with a network or a platform and just get your money up front and just have a whole bunch of casual fans watching it and then draw more interest. So the next deal you strike, you be like, look, you got this many views.
Yeah.
Kick me a little more bread. You know what I mean?
Now
so
it's $12 a month instead of $10.
Exactly. It makes sense.
Inflation.
I was watching the Lomachenko fight. I was in the car driving, and I was on my phone. Of course, I was in the passenger seat because I would never be on my phone and drive at the same time.
Never.
But never.
And you always drive with a license and everything.
Yeah.
Such an upstanding citizen.
So my neck itching again.
I don't understand how you did that in one sentence, son.
So, but I was in the car and I was on Facebook just browsing, and it was a Golden Boy promotion fight just live on the feed. I'm like, yo, what fight is this?
Yeah.
Granted, it was a little less known fighters, but still on Facebook, like that's crazy. Like it's just so many ways to watch it, man. Jamal, you got anything to say?
Nah, I don't got nothing to say, Cornelius. Actually, I do. Before I ask the question I want to ask, I just want to say that, I don't know, for the past couple of pay-per-view fights, it feels like the undercards have just been whack. And when they do it on these regular networks, it feels like they just figured it out, where all 3-4 fights are just exciting. So, go ahead, Pop.
Because in the prehistoric days, pay-per-view fights are bigger, right? Mm. So if I'm the promoter and Chips is my main fighter, he the main event, but PH is the next guy I want to come up, I'm going to have him fighting a bum. But I'm going to have him fighting a bum to look good because everybody's buying this pay-per-view to watch Chips fight.
Okay, I see. I didn't look at it like that. Another thing, this Days in the Zone, what is it, like a streaming service?
Yeah, like Netflix.
Okay.
Everybody got a streaming service now.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Now, outside of Canelo signing with these dudes, are there any like big fighters that are?
He's the biggest, and they also have MMA fighters also.
Oh, they have MMA too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not UFC, but they have MMA fighters.
It's like an XFL.
Nah, it's legit. I just can't think of the name right now. Something with a B.
Isn't Anthony Joshua on the same?
I think he's signed over there.
Yeah, a lot of boxers are deciding now, like, all right, who I'm gonna go with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Triple G was in the middle of making a decision.
Yeah.
What he was gonna do. So like, it's the new wave, man. They just following. You gotta get with it. Get with it or get with it.
Y'all want my money? Go get Errol Spence.
Yo.
And Adrian Broner, because I'm gonna watch Adrian.
I need everybody in the comments, jump in the comments, and please, man, try to talk Pop out of getting this Broner Pacquiao fight, man.
God.
I go to his house and watch it. Because that's my friend. I'm like, oh man.
Talk him out of it, so I don't gotta go to watch it.
So I don't have to go watch it.
That's one of your favorite boxers, man. You're not mad he's coming back to fight again?
No, I'm not paying to watch it. I don't want to see him fight. Like, he's gonna kill Adrian Broner. Like, it's gonna be a waste of time.
It is. It is.
A waste.
That's a lot of confidence.
And that's pay-per-view, right?
No. Oh yeah, it is. It is. It is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
What you mean? That's a lot of confidence. Adrian Brown is trash.
Night trash.
Yo, Chips, don't say nothing.
Nah, I'm not doing that because I don't like Bronner, so I'm not doing that. But
I do it too, but
Pacquiao
that's
old,
trash.
Pacquiao old, B.
He is. That's why I don't know why he doing this. The only thing I can think of is fighting AB is a money grab because it is going to produce money.
That's definitely what it is. That's definitely what it is. There's no question about that. It's a money grab for sure.
Oh man, yo, Pop, I'm bringing the Specker over, man. It's time.
He said you ain't getting no Henny for that fight, B.
Not that one.
Word. That's messed up.
I'm bringing Specker and I'm drinking all the Douce.
He said, "I'm not even."
No, we're gonna get into that. That's gonna be a topic one day. We're gonna get into that. Let's get into this NFL.
Yeah, man.
All right. So a lot of movement this past week in the NFL, guys. Between firings, teams losing, a lot of teams losing. I'm definitely expecting power rankings to be different this week. Like,
big shakeup. Big teams.
A lot of teams lost, took some L's, and a lot of teams won, surprisingly. I know first thing I thought of after this week was what was it, like 3-4 weeks ago, about a month ago? Somebody was talking about Panthers in top 5. We sleeping on them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Somebody said it.
Somebody said it.
Top 5?
Somebody said it.
They was top 5 at the time.
5 weeks ago.
Word.
Then they took 6 losses and
Yo, bro.
Who said that?
No, Chris, you don't want to do that, Chris. You don't want to do that.
Yo, I have a quick question that goes back to week 1 of the podcast. And there's no shade, Chips, of course. We were just trying to think about it.
Oh, yeah. I added you, but you didn't respond.
What defense at the beginning of the season were you praising? Was it the Vikings or the Jacksonville Jaguars defense?
Remember, you said like they might be the next Legion of Boom or Jacksonville. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
Which I think everybody agreed with that.
Yeah, we just couldn't remember.
Yeah, we was trying to think about it.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the Vikings because remember he had them as his biggest upset going into it.
All right, okay.
But before we do power rankings, how y'all feel about this week, man? A lot of movement, a lot going on. What you got, Puda?
Oh.
Me first. Me first.
Nah, let
Hold that thought, Puda.
Nah, let PH go first. PH,
Hold that thought, Puda.
PH, I'm gonna throw it to you. You come back to me.
Shouts to Miami Dolphins.
Oh, they won? They won this week?
Oh, yes.
Who they played?
What happened? They beat the Patriots.
Oh, word?
Yo.
Don't act like that. You knew what happened. You knew what happened. And it was crazy, son.
Nah, that was crazy.
Put Gronk back there for a Hail Mary pass that Tannehill cannot throw because he have a bad shoulder. And look what happened. He was the last line of defense. Kenny Drake was like, yo, soon as I seen him and he was the last person, barbecue chicken, I knew I was scoring. That was it. He said it. He said, yo, I knew I was going to score. There was no way he was going to stop me. And even if he would have possibly stopped me, he said, yo, I couldn't go in the locker room. Because they were going to jokes on me all game.
So I think Gronk he only dove just to make it look like he tried.
Now he stumbled at first though. That's what really messed him up.
No. What messed him up was being on the field, first of all.
You're right. You're right. He shouldn't have been on the field.
ESPN deferred to some experts. I don't remember the name of the company. They said before that play, the Patriots was favored to win 99.9% rate.
Yeah.
And they still lost that game.
Son, I seen that play like 50,000 times. I had it. I swear to God, I'm not even going to lie to you. I had it on my phone. It was replaying for like an hour. I just kept watching it.
Yo, PH had it as the screensaver, yo.
Yo, if I could, I would. And
made that shit a gift.
And Tom Brady face would be my screensaver. But other than that, another game that shocked me. Well, I wouldn't say shocked me because the Bears is just really, really good. I just didn't think they was gonna do the Rams how they did.
Get them bad.
Even though, you know, going into the game and going into the season, it was how is the Rams gonna play in the cold and outside because that's not their thing. And Jared Goff can't play good in cold weather. And Lord have mercy, he pissed the bed himself and everybody else on the field. Because, Lord, he looked like he was lost. Throwing the ball all over the field, wasn't giving Todd Gurley the ball. I don't know what they was thinking.
Nah.
I don't know what they was thinking.
Yeah,
Like, you have Todd Gurley on your team, and you give him we had 10 carries, 11 carries?
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't.
No, don't get me wrong. I know the Bears' defensive line is crazy.
Hold yourself. That's what that
But
is.
still, you got to give him the ball. You have to. Because at that rate, you was just one-dimensional, and let me just stay back here and catch these picks like we doing. But again, shout to Miami. Shout to Tannehill, Kenyon Drake. Doing y'all thing, you know?
Yo. Back to you, Puda. Have we got that out the way?
Yeah, that's it. That's all I got to say.
I just want to give a special shout out to the Giants, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Chicks. What's the hashtag, Chicks?
Nah, no hashtag.
Lose email.
Yo, this is like the first Giants
Hashtag
blowout.
pissed off. That's what his hashtag is now.
It's like the first Giants blowout I can remember in a long time, man. Every game is a close game for the Giants, so shout out to them.
But I mean, they should have got a shot of blowout. That was like what, quarterback number 5 for the Redskins?
It don't matter. The Giants always find a way to make it a close game, man. Never fails.
No.
At the end.
No, I'm not trying to cut you off, son. They said Josh Johnson played Madden to figure out who was on the team.
Son.
Are you kidding me?
Yo, say it again, son.
Yo, that means I could have started.
Word. I didn't think that was a real joint, but go ahead, Porter.
I think the ugliest game of the week for me got to be the Monday night game because even though the score ended 21-7, it was like a 6-6 game the whole way. And that behind the back interception Russell Wilson threw was the most crazy thing I ever seen. I could not believe they was not supposed to win that game, though, and I couldn't believe it. I turned the game off in the man cave, went upstairs. Out of nowhere, they scored 2 touchdowns. I can't even tell you how they scored them. They were up 21-7. That was the ugly game for me.
They cheated on one.
What? How did they cheat?
They picked up that flag when what's it called, blocked the field goal.
Okay.
What was the flag though?
It should have been I guess what they call this, unsportsmanlike. He like launched himself off two of his players to get through the line and blocked them.
Oh yeah, you can't do that.
And they picked up the flag.
And how the hell the Steelers lose to the Raiders? I can't put a finger on it, man. I don't know what the hell's going on sometimes in football.
John Gruden paid them. It's like, yo, listen, I need a win.
Le'Veon Bell.
I'm glad you brought that up because
I knew somebody was going to say.
Oh yeah, Connor is hurt, right?
Yep.
Yeah, James Conner is hurt.
I mean, and Roethlisberger got hurt too, but I don't want to keep cutting you off.
No. I mean, that was pretty much my takeaways from the week. It wasn't nothing.
Nah, son, but I'm glad you brought that up because you know what grinds my gears.
What happened, Nightmare?
Fucking 49ers, we get what we want. The Raiders won, and then we want to fucking come out and beat the brakes off this team.
For one of the best defenses in football.
Yo, like they out here balling. I'm like, yo, what are we doing? The Raiders won.
Hashtag lose them all.
We played a great first half. Lose. Like the only thing I wanted them to do in the second half was just throw the ball to George Kittle so he could break Shannon Sharp's record.
Yo,
and they didn't even do that.
Chris, that's not fair, son. You wanted them to take last year when they picked up the quarterback after they won those 5 games, and you want them to take again?
Well, no, only after the injuries.
After the injuries, yeah.
Okay.
That was my main thing. After the injuries, don't win. There's no need to win. Lose them all, or as many as you can.
Hashtag.
Trade back.
I hope this
get as many picks. I want to get somebody. I want somebody to just, you know what, 49ers? Even if we had the second pick, because first pick is going to be Bosa. I want somebody to be like, you know what, we're going to trade up to get this dude Herbert from Oregon, because he is the only quarterback in the draft this year that's worth something, because I don't believe in Daniel Jones from Duke. And then, hey, you know what? Come on to San Francisco. We'll give you that second pick. Just give us your first this year and next year.
Haskins declare.
Don't worry. Don't worry. The Raiders going to lose again. Don't worry.
I hope this don't come back to bite the coach. Let's lose it, man.
Nah.
We're going to lose again, too. Nah. It's not, because it's injuries. It's injuries.
Because even though they're losing, them quarterbacks is still balling. Nate Mullins, whoever the hell he is that his name?
Chris Mullin. Chris Mullin.
No, shut up. But he playing good. Yo, he looking like he actually could be a starting quarterback in the league, yo.
He's going to be a real good backup for the time coming.
Oh, he going to steal some money like the other dude in Green Bay? What's his name?
Matt Flynn.
Yeah, Matt Flynn.
He ain't going to steal it from us.
And I see the Packers took that W.
Matter of fact, he might get us some money. So, yeah, he keep playing good. So, the next year, for the teams that don't got no quarterback, send us your picks. We'll trade them to you.
I see the Packers caught that W, Chips.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Was there supposed to be more behind that? I missed something.
Nah, wasn't he wanting the coach to get fired and all that?
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, you go on that angle. Oh, yeah, well, listen.
Like, he was lost. He was like, damn, what I said last week, because I can't remember.
No, I just didn't know why he was saying it. Like I was saying they was a bad team or something.
I'm gonna pass to you, man. Go ahead.
Football, NFL. So let's speak about the Giants, man.
Yo, Puda already did it, son. Talk about somebody else.
I wanted to give a quick shout too. That was it.
Listen, they did what they were supposed to do against a team who is part of the collusion against my man Cat. But you know what? For the first time, I got a little good news. I don't know college football like you guys do, like PH and Yickety. But PH brought up Haskins, and I guess some big, sports person just brought out his first mock draft for next year, and they actually had the Giants at number 10 picking up Haskins, and I guess he's a good quarterback. So that would be a great situation if we end up with the number 10 pick and get a good quarterback with a high potential. So I wouldn't be mad at that. But we getting further and further down the line, and that's not good. But I don't know what you're excited about, but it's not good, man. We supposed to be top 5, pick. Like come on, man. But anyway, a lot of big shakeups, man. The Pats losing that game. That's all on Belichick and the coaching. Like I don't know what defense. Like that shocked me. Like that. I was mind blown. It's almost like they was in a crazy formation of prevent. Like
they should have no.
But with that personnel, like I said, with Grunt being back there.
Yeah, that was the wild part. Everything was good except for Grunt.
He said he's playing for the Hail Mary just in case.
That was crazy. Another big game for me was the Colts bouncing back after that bad loss last week. They got the W. And like I said, the top 5 for me is a big shakeup. With and I hate to say this, man, the Cowboys, man.
Oh hell,
Cowboys. I hate to say it, man, but they're doing what they got to do, and that goes back to what I was saying. They're gonna find ways to win games, and shout out them for picking up Cooper. Big. It's showing off.
Yo, he's literally saving them.
Yeah, it's crazy. That trade was the one for them, and they doing their thing right now. They actually moved into top 5th for me and my power.
Just like Saquon is saving us, you heard?
See, I tried to move on. He want to take it back there, right?
Well, leave it back there.
With that being said, Chips, what's your power rankings, please?
Wait.
Hold on.
Word.
No, we can't just jump into this because I'm concerned.
Nah, he not gonna do that, Chris. There's no way.
Pop gotta go, man.
Go ahead, Pop. My bad.
I'll make it quick. I'm gonna
go ahead, pull my head back there.
Go to Chips first for the power rankings, but he ain't gonna do that though.
Y'all spoke about most of the stuff, but I'm gonna go back to my man Patrick Mahomes.
Oh yeah, shit. You right.
That against that Ravens defense, he showed the line. I think unless he has in these next 3 games, he has a terrible performance. I feel like he locked up MVP with that game. Like the comeback, the way he did the comeback, the no-look pass. That kid is special, man. Like,
yo, he did a Jason Williams.
So word. Like he's really different. And they defense is bad, but Eric Berry's coming back this week. He's there for the rest of the season in the playoffs. I don't know what they're gonna do at running back, but I like the way they look. On the NFC side, I'm not gonna get into my power rankings, but the Saints is still my number 1 team. But so when PH was talking about the Rams, so I was watching that game with my wife. She's a pretty good football fan. She was talking about how cold it was, right? How they was reacting to the cold. And it's the truth, because not only do they play in Los Angeles, the teams that they play are all on the West Coast. So it really matters when you play somebody in the cold. And I say that to say about the Saints. They won, but it's almost the same thing with them every year. When they go on the road, they are easily exposed on the road.
Those outdoor games when they're not playing in the dome.
Yeah, like they play the if I'm not mistaken, they play the Panthers twice. If they lose one of them games and the Rams could sneak back in there to get home field, it could be a problem for them.
Even if that the Saints do keep that number 1 spot, I don't know.
I think they're good if they keep the number 1 spot.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it'll be a closer game because it'll be an inside game with them and the Rams. Saying the Rams make it that far.
Yeah, no, it would. Yeah, because I don't know. I just think that it's always the same thing with the Saints when they got to go on the road, especially the end of the year when it starts getting cold. You see the flaws in that team, but all they got to do is take care of business and they'll be straight. But I'm gonna jump into my power rankings real quick. My bottom 5, I got the Cards, the 49ers, the Raiders, the Jaguars, and I got a new team in my bottom 5, the Atlanta Falcons.
Whoa!
They got all the talent in the world.
Almost put them too.
They should not be playing as bad as they playing. The Giants should not have a better record than the Falcons.
Almost put them too.
Wow.
My top 5. At number 5, I got the Bears.
Fucked up my shit.
The Bears is back in my top 5. That was a great win. That was a big win. Even with Trubisky trying to give them the game back. And y'all said I didn't show them no respect. I moved them all the way to 4. I got the Chargers at 4. I got the Rams at 3. I got the Chiefs at 2, and the Saints are still at 1.
Show them boys respect, man.
Go ahead, Chips. We want to see what your top 5 is, baby. Let's go.
It's a shakeup, man. It's a shakeup. I ain't gonna lie. But I'm gonna start out with my bottom 5. Damn, you done messed my bottom 5 up with them Falcons.
Yeah. How he messed up your bottom 5? You already wrote it down.
That be happening, son. Somebody said, and you be like, you know what?
Yo, don't lie. I was not even paying. And he said they got a worse record than the Giants.
Word, son.
That's crazy.
I want to know who your top 5 is, man. Go ahead.
32, I got the Raiders, 49ers, Jags, Jets, and the Cards. My top 5, I got the Chiefs at number 1. Saints moved up to number 2. Chargers at number 3. Rams fell at number 4. And then I got a tie for 5th with the Bears and the Cowboys.
I hate y'all with this tie.
Oh, boys. Man, get them motherfuckers out of here.
Nah, so they doing their thing, son. They doing they winning, B.
Fuck out of here.
They winning, man. They winning.
Man, whatever.
Hey, Puda, what's your power rankings?
My Dwight Howard is
I forgot about that.
Arizona, Oakland, San Francisco, Buffalo, and the Jets. I was ready to put Atlanta in there, but nah. My top 5, I got Kansas City number 1, man. My top 3 is it's debatable, but I got it by who they lost to at the time. So I got Kansas City, Rams, Saints, Chargers, Bears.
Same as me, pretty much.
Yeah, I think we just swapped the Saints and the Rams around. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So you got the Rams over the Saints.
Yeah.
Even though the Saints won?
Yeah, they beat them, but I think the Rams lost to better teams.
Oh, okay. So you're doing overall. You ain't doing – okay, I got you.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was my top 5. What you got, PH?
Well, I got my power rankings ready, but I want to give a shout to my man Eric Reed, still fighting the league with his 5 drug tests and 3 fines in what?
2 games.
6 weeks? He's not. Nah, I think it's been like 7 weeks in the league. That's unheard of. Unheard of.
Crazy.
5 drug tests, me? Ridiculous.
That shit ain't random.
Random drug tests.
Word.
Definitely not, son. Definitely not. But I'm glad he ain't stopping the fight. Keep it going. But anyway, bottom 5, I got the Cards, Raiders, Niners, Bills, and Jets. And then my top 5, I got Saints, Rams, Chiefs, Chargers, Bears.
Okay.
Chiefs.
What you got, Chris?
So bottom 5,
Your Dwight Howard.
yeah, that. No shade though.
No shade.
Yo, hold on. Son, your man Kevin Durant put on 3 pairs of socks just now, son, on 1 foot.
I was so that happened on my screen like 30 seconds ago, and I just put my head. I was just
Son, what is
I was mad
You on the
confused.
bench?
No, like they in the locker room getting ready for the game.
Yeah, their game is at like 10:30. But so my bottom is Raiders, Niners, Cards, Jags, Jets. My top 5 is slightly different than the rest of y'all's, but probably about the same 5. I got Saints at 1. Bears have jumped to 2. Chiefs at 3. Rams at 4. Chargers at 5.
The Bears.
Get him, Chips! Get him, Chips!
Yo, son. I do not know this dude. I was about to say the N-word. I don't know this.
That'd have been a good $5 though.
Bears are
I
2.
don't know his formula, son. So he be all over
So,
Matt, son.
so, would you like for me to explain?
No, I mean, I'm really. If you want to, you can.
Yo, Chip.
No.
I think the people deserve for your explanation.
Yo,
I'm
Chip.
not gonna beat no more. Huh?
He doing that for clickbait, son. I'm sorry.
It gotta be, son. Cause
nah. Don't disrespect me, son. Don't disrespect me, son. It's a method to my madness. So here's why the Bears have elevated to 2. The Bears have elevated to 2 because
yo, my blood pressure just went up a little bit. Like, go ahead, man.
The reason that the Bears went up to 2.
Wait.
Go ahead.
I gotta look at you. Hold on. Go ahead. I need to see what you talk about.
The reason the Bears went to number 2, the way that they played those Rams, the Chiefs can't do that. Personally, that's just my opinion. The only other teams that I feel like would be able to play the Rams that way in this top 5 is probably the Chargers. But I don't feel like the Chargers have the resume of wins to grant them being higher than the Rams. That's for that part of it. The other reason that I have the Bears higher is when they did lose and it brung them down, they didn't have Mitchell Trubisky. They were playing with Chase Daniels. So that's why I'm taking that loss into consideration as they didn't have their starting quarterback at that time. Yes,
but where did you?
Hold on, Chips. What you got? You got your hand up.
But they did have that defense, though.
But they didn't have a quarterback to make plays and actually score. So that was an issue. Defense was out there on the field a lot that game.
Oh, come on. Against the Giants.
You got to get conversions.
All right, but go ahead, Chips.
Where did you have them when they had the quarterback and the defense?
What do you mean?
Well,
before that loss to the Giants, the Bears is in my top 5.
No, I know, but where?
I think I had the Bears at either 4 or 5 at that moment.
I'm with you, Chips.
I don't give a fuck who you with.
I'm going back to the other screen, man. Go ahead.
Well, Chips, who you had eliminated to see him, man?
He on the next screen, so it's only him on that screen.
Oh, y'all was shooting the 5.
He ain't want that smoke with no. We ain't want that smoke with no power rankings. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep the peace. He don't want that smoke.
Let me get a shot. Come on. Next subject.
We're gonna jump right into NBA since my power rankings was the best one out of all of them. NBA. Now we're gonna do a quick recap. I also got a question for y'all, man. Recently Dwayne Wade played his last game in the Staples Center. They gave him, standing ovation and all of that. And announcers, I agree with Pop. I don't think, Dwayne Wade never played for the Lakers. He didn't. It's not like Michael Jordan where Pat Riley retired his number there too. But with that, they was talking a lot, about that draft class and how they changed the landscape of NBA with that 2003 draft class. How do you guys feel about that? That draft class was big, and don't get me wrong, but would we agree that it actually changed the face of basketball? And I'm gonna go ahead and since Poodle's already shaking his head, go ahead and jump it off.
Nope, because there was a draft that happened in 1996. That's why, with like 10 greats on it. With the Kobe draft.
But what did that do to the question?
You got dudes that changed the game forever. How many dudes changed the game forever in this 2003 draft?
No, I think you misunderstanding the question.
All right, well, please.
He's not because it's going to be different as far as your opinion on it. That's why I prefaced it that way, and that's why I stated it that way, because I wanted to get your thoughts on the impact of that draft class. Do you feel like it changed the landscape of basketball and the effects it might have had?
Well, I think it helped, but I don't think it was the biggest, going back to what I said. But you got one of the greats in LeBron James there, man. I mean, outside of the top 5, how deep was the draft, really?
No, it was deep.
Well,
it was a deep draft.
It was definitely a deep draft, and I think it kind of changed the dynamic of basketball because just because of LeBron dominated the East for 10 years.
Forever.
I mean,
No, that's not true. They didn't. No.
Because the Pistons was alive, man.
The Pistons in Boston, big three. Yeah.
So,
what you got, Chips?
I got a question because I may be the one that's confused. You started off by saying, should Dwayne Wade have gotten the standing ovation and everything in LA?
No, I didn't say should he. I was saying he did get it, and then I brought up.
Right. So like, what was the opinion on him getting that? Like, is he deserving of that?
hell yeah.
Right. That was your question, right?
No, that wasn't the question. I had brung it up as far as a recap, and then that segued into where the comment of the 2003 draft changed the landscape of basketball at.
Okay. All right. I thought you were talking about, like, in terms of it being too friendly and too,
I mean, but that could have been that if that's your reasoning, like, go with it. Like, what do you feel?
Okay.
How do you feel about that?
Okay. You want me to go now?
Yeah, go ahead.
I definitely think they did. And I don't like it personally. What has Dwayne Wade done for LA to deserve that? Like, it just goes back to my problem with fandom these days. Like, shout out to one of the Mizfitz, Q-Hef. He might be on the show later on. He's supposedly a diehard Knicks fan, right? But the NBA season is going on, and I swear every season he's following a whole another team. From OKC to Melo over there.
2 or 3 whole other teams at that.
Or, LA because LeBron went there. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't care about Dwayne Wade personally, man. You know what I'm saying? Is he a great NBA player? Yes. Do I want my Kobe fans to come in MSG and give him, I'm sure you can give him a hand clap like, yeah, good career, yeah, but I'm not no whole, like, damn near ceremony and moment of silence because he's leaving the league. Like, nah, B. Take it back to shout out to Giannis, man. Giannis, it was a story that ran that said he turned down workouts with people that's playing right now, LeBron, Melo, and all them boys. Because he was like, yo, yeah, we could be cool, but when it come down to this ball, when it come down to playing in the NBA, we enemies, B. Magic Johnson, Isaiah Thomas. Like, see me a couple years down later and say sorry because, we let the competition get in between us a little too much. You know what I mean? But while you playing ball, all this French shit is crazy. LeBron swapping the Lakers jersey with him. Like, son, it's your first year. Like, what does that Lakers jersey really mean? You know what I mean? It's just a team that you went to. It's whack, man. I don't like it, man. To the people, the players having side conversations, like, come play with us, man. To Kevin Durant throwing shots at them for forming a super team and then going to join the team that he lost to in the playoffs. Like, it's all whack, man. Like, where's the competition, man? It's crazy. We all know LeBron only went to LA for business. You know what I'm saying? He ain't go there to say, let me do it and let me try to beat these Warriors.
He also went there so I could win $100 from you.
Oh, you're not doing that though. But, you know what I'm saying? I think they definitely changed the landscape and they made it soft. They made the NBA soft, man. And it's disgusting to me, man. Like, I'm still a Knicks fan. I still love basketball, and that's why I still watch the games and watch the NBA. But it's whack, man. Like, it's crazy, man. Like, shout out to players like Giannis, man. Like, just do you, man, and you try to be great, man. And like players like Mitchell, like coming at Ben Simmons, like ain't no friends in this game, man. When we playing on the court.
So you think those made the league soft?
Huh?
You think those 2 dudes coming out that draft made the league soft? That's why I changed it?
No, I'm just talking about, and it's not those 2 dudes. It's that whole draft class, that whole generation. Like, oh, we're not, And I get it. They want to put players first. They want to beat the system. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that, man. I'm all for that. But when we get on the court, you got to play and you got to try to be the man. You know what I mean? Like, just like back in the day when we used to play ball, everybody in the hood was cool. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to the basketball court, I'm talking about everything about you, your mama, your sister. You know what I'm saying? I'm clapping the balls on you because I couldn't dunk like that. So like it's not personal.
You just couldn't dunk.
Nah, I could dunk. Don't get it twisted. I could dunk.
On a crate?
Nah, on a real rim.
Oh, all right.
But barely though. But yo, it's about the competition, man, and the competition not there. Like it's too much friendly shit going on in the league, and the shit irks me.
What you got, Pop?
I'm on the same page with Chips. That's the impact from that draft class, and it's a double-edged sword because they said Boston had this big three that was created by the owners, and that's how it always been. Whatever teams that's been created in the NBA was always done by the owners and the GMs or whatever. And I understand it because why is that okay? Why can't the players say, hey, we want to get together and play? And I understand that also, but then after that, you can't say, oh, but that's okay, but that's not okay. No,
yeah,
once you open that door,
that's
open
crazy.
the door.
That's crazy.
Not too long ago, I'm not sure if he was still in Miami or if he was back in Cleveland, but LeBron said something where he was like, he would take less money to play with Wade, Chris Paul, Melo, to play with all of them. He was like, I would take less money to do that. I understand it. I understand what he's saying. These are my friends, but it's like, I don't know. I just think it's too much.
Man, I'd rather see that than a dude go play with his rivals, man.
I don't want to see none of that.
But to that point, that's so whack, though, Puda. Like, you have LeBron James.
No, it is whack. No, it's whack. It's definitely whack.
Yeah, like LeBron.
No, because look, right. All right. It's not apples to apples, right? There's minor differences.
There's definitely differences.
But it doesn't happen if that doesn't happen.
Reaction.
So it's like you can't just be like, all right, but no, that's OD. No, that was OD for Wade, Bosh, and LeBron to go join Pat Riley. That was OD. You know what happens over time when you play and you win? It's like you get over it. Like, all right, it was OD, but these dudes still get busy. What Kevin Durant did was OD, but he still hit that three over LeBron to win the game. Like, they still got to go and perform. So it's like, cool. But when you look back at it, it's like.
Son, that's the thing that irked me the most, son. To hear LeBron James fans be like, oh, Kevin Durant pussy for doing this.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I don't like that neither.
So where was you at when LeBron orchestrated this? Not one, not two, not three. That's whack, son.
Yo, me and Pop argue with a dude every day. That same argument, man.
And I understand it, but it's what Chip said specifically about LeBron fans. Like, if that shit stinks, that shit stinks. But LeBron fans wasn't saying, yo, I'm mad LeBron did that. They was like, oh, it's lit.
Facts.
They want to
make it. He made it lit. I'm the next person. I gotta make it lit.
I gotta make it litter.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's one up. It's one up. I'm saying. Crazy. But go ahead, PH. How you feel, bro?
Oh, wait, real quick.
Well, PH, take your do-rag off.
The biggest.
Nah, not yet, fam. Too early.
The biggest mistake of that draft was Joe Dumars passing up on Melo for Darko Milicic.
Yeah.
Yo, like, what he thinking?
G. Wallace said Darko was the beast. Don't forget about that.
I was about to say, Darko was supposed to be the man, son.
He's supposed to be Luka.
Yeah. And he wasn't. What you got, though, PH?
Well, I mean, with that argument between, well, not argument, but that debate between them two, I mean, they done said it all, man. I remember when LeBron made that decision to go to Miami. I believe I was on the phone with Puda at the time, too. He was trying to figure out where he was going. Or I was texting him, and I told him Miami, and I just didn't see it, man. Even then, I kept telling him, Knicks, son. He going to the Knicks. He going to the Knicks.
You gotta stop doing that. Not to cut you off, cuz. Hold on. You got
only reason why, because I didn't see any other thing. It didn't make no sense for him to go anywhere else, man.
You got Chips thinking we're going to get some crazy quarterback, and you trying to tell me we getting KD. But go ahead with your predictions, man.
Yeah, I still think we're going to get y'all getting KD.
Yeah, don't say y'all.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I don't like the friend thing, but I guess because I like watching NBA, watching games, I just accept it now and just like never mind it. I guess it's like get along, go along, or however the saying goes. I mean, it is what it is. Can't change it. They done messed everything up. Just gotta go with it. Just gotta go with it now, man. I don't know.
Another player to your point, Chips, Damian Lillard. Lillard is
Lillard, Westbrook. Yeah, all that. Even Boogie, but Boogie, he did some bullshit too. But
I mean, KD was saying the same thing before he did what he did.
Well, I think Boogie's situation was a little bit different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little different. Yeah, a little different.
Didn't he turn down money with the Pelicans though?
He turned it down in a season.
Yeah.
Okay.
And at the end of the season, that money was no longer there.
But let me get into some quick points real quick. I don't think outside of maybe one person, probably got the same stuff. But I just want to get some shout outs to some people that's probably not going to be spoken about. I'm gonna start with the homer pick, Jared Allen on Brooklyn Nets. He's probably gonna finish the year averaging a double-double unless he get hurt. It's a big step up from his rookie season. He's still only 20. He's averaging 12 and 9 and almost 2 blocks a game. So he's only going to get better. I like he's stepping out, he's shooting threes and all of that. Tristan Thompson averaging a double-double. I like that he stepped up when he made that comment about that crazy comment that the East still run through the Cavs. But I at least like that he's playing though. He's playing hard. He's just not out here talking and not producing. Me and PH spoke about this last time. We forgot to mention with the Kings, De'Aaron Fox.
Mm-hmm.
Huge increase from his rookie year. He's like 18-8 right now. I don't know if we spoke about it last time. D Rose, definitely the 6th man of the year right now. Out here killing, stepped his 3-point shot up and all that. And one more. We spoke about Jimmy Butler with the trades. I'm not a big fan of Jimmy Butler. And one of the main reasons why is the reason why he's out right now. He's always injured, man. It's always an injury with this guy. He's always injured, missing games for something. And I think today he's missing a game, or he might be missing like the week or something like that. And my last thing, Chips, the Lakers are going to keep making moves. It's either Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza is probably coming. They not letting him play until the 15th. They can't do a trade until the 15th. He's been a healthy DNP because he's not staying on the team. He's coming to LA to play some defense, shoot the 3 from behind the line. Just give me the 100 now, baby. Let's do it.
Nah.
Yeah.
But who they gonna give up for him?
It don't matter. KCP, it don't matter. It's gonna happen.
Yo, I'm telling you, if I'm one of them teams, I want what's the boy? Kuzma, one of them boys.
Nobody's getting
that team, son.
But for Trevor Ariza?
No, listen, I'm just not helping you for KCP. Like that ain't gonna do it. That ain't gonna do it, B.
But it ain't even really helping. It's Trevor Ariza not helping the Suns.
And they're going to get rid of that money off their books.
Yeah.
KCP money come off the books at the end of the year.
I get it, but unfortunately, it looks like they have to have a third team. So if I'm that third team, I'm getting something. Like you're just not going to get that straight up. Like I'm just not. If I'm one, whoever that third team is, I'm trying to cash in.
What you seeing out there, Chuck?
What I'm seeing?
Yeah, in the NBA.
It's pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same. Shout out to Kemba Walker, one of my standouts, still doing his thing. We spoke about that in the past episode. Not too crazy. I'm really interested to see how far Portland goes. I think this is the year that they need to take that next step. I'm not sure what that next step is, like where I want them to go in the West as far as playoffs, but I feel like it's now or never for them. So I definitely think they need to be in all these rumors. They need to be somewhere in there to make another move or two, to get Lillard and what's the other dude name?
Hello.
Yeah, McCullough. Some help. Yeah, no shade, man. I don't know. Melo, still no team. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Puda.
Yo, he's not accepting no Melo talk, son.
Oh, son. Yeah.
Yo, why your face like that, fam?
I'm tired, man. You see, I got my yellow jacket on. My yellow jacket is on, fam. All right, go throw it back to you, man.
Yo.
I already went.
Yo, so I don't know. This NBA
Sorry. Yo, your boy Luka looking crazy out here, boy.
He out here getting money.
Yo, that step back is real. Yo.
He was in practice with Dirk, son.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Yo, Chris, you had to call your boys and stop that mutiny in Chicago?
Oh, talk about it. Talk about it. That is a catastrophe. How you spell that one?
I don't know, but it's not with a B.
BULLS. That's how you spell it.
Y'all finished?
Nah, we ain't finished.
And then Puda got the same face.
Son, niggas, they was talking about not going to practice.
Son, they was really about to fight the coach, son. They was about to fight everybody, son.
The intern
y'all.
And they lost by 70
Yo.
points, son.
Cigar and John, call Mark Jackson.
Not after losing by 56.
Call Mark Jackson.
Mark gonna be like, I'm gonna call you right back.
Yo, no, Mark gonna be like, yo, let me go get this mustard out the refrigerator. I'm gonna call you right back.
Nah, I mean, we just getting all our pieces back. I'm not zero expectations, zero. But since y'all did try and thug me on the 2003 draft, y'all tried to just skip right over me, Pop.
Yeah, he did that.
My segment on 2003 and that draft class is definitely in agreement with Puda. I feel like that draft class is definitely, like, the way they're making it seem is the impact and all of this. I feel like off the court and all of the points that, Pop made and Chips made as far as, the camaraderie and players being in a different atmosphere is true. Like, they definitely were the beginning of that. But you can't say a draft changed the landscape of the NBA without touching on that 96 draft. Like, the players that came out of that draft and the impact that they had, like, not even just, they had a lot of good players, but they had a lot of good players that made big impacts on their teams, on their conferences. Like, it was huge. But, yeah, like I said, I agree with Puda on that part of it.
Thank you, Chris, because I got cut off. Al just threw me out the window and wouldn't let me talk. I appreciate that, brother.
But NBA, I mean, I feel like NBA is going strong. the games have been a lot more interesting. A lot more teams where you're expecting more from them are not doing what they're supposed to do. Like, you're talking about the Bulls. Literally, that game with OKC was right after we had that conversation, and a lot of us had OKC like as our surprise, like not even surprise sleeper, but like, yo, the way they have been playing with everything that they've gone through has been real, a good sign. And then they lose to the Bulls. It's like, what the hell? Like, if y'all putting it together, y'all playing good teams, very good. How are you losing to a team that, doesn't have everything that to even compete with you? So I think the NBA is definitely a toss-up and is in the air as far as where things are going. Like, I don't know. Like, it's not as stapled as we might have thought, even though, Boogie do come back next month. So we're going to see. He's trying to get back for Christmas.
Let's see if he really comes back next month.
They talking about he trying to get back for Christmas, but they going to hold him out.
Oh. You know who they play on Christmas?
Yo, that Christmas lineup is...
No, I don't, actually.
They play the Lakers.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Son, from 12 p.m. until, 10, I think.
The last game usually be the whack one.
Every game a good one?
Good enough.
Let me see.
Anthony Davis with another 40-point game.
Let me ask Puda and Chris a question. As in reference to the 96 versus that other draft. Do you think if the camaraderie wasn't involved, do you think the NBA, do you think the players that came out 2003 would have or could have had the same type of impact had the camaraderie not been there? Like, had it been more like one-on-one battles and things of that nature?
Yo, there were just a lot more choices with the 96 draft. It went all the way, like the whole first round was crazy. The 2003 draft, it was like 5 or 6 people. So it wasn't as deep. So you can't really compare outside of them having arguably the GOAT. You can't really compare the two drafts to me.
Okay.
I think 96 blows anything out the water that you're talking about draft-wise.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I feel like the amount of talent that was in that 96 draft was just superseding what was in. Now, granted, like I said, the 2003 draft class had like a couple of higher quality players, but overall, that draft class was just crazy.
I won't even say that. A couple of quality, because that draft had Kobe, Iverson, and Camby.
That's my man, Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Word.
Brooklyn, that shout out Kerry Kittles.
Mad Turkey making his collard green.
His family got kidnapped and all that.
Yo, that was
Kerry
crazy.
Kittles at the 8th pick with the Nets.
Pager, man.
Yo, and them boys used to go at it too, man.
Yeah, Antoine Walker.
Sharif wasn't no slouch. That was one of my favorite players. I don't gonna lie.
Vitale Potapinko.
Shut up, son.
Yo, speaking of that, let's just get right into this, because we're not doing fire, cool, dirt this week.
We're just going to talk about somebody's dirt? Okay, cool. Let's go.
I wouldn't say.
I was about to say this is Chip's man. Chip's got to go first. Chip's got to go first.
Jacquees came out and said that he is the king of R&B. He did
Rocks and
clarify
blunts.
and say the king of R&B for this generation.
Yo, you stole my thunder, son.
What?
Nah, Pop trying to steal my thunder, B.
What you say?
Nah, he ain't say nothing. Keep going, you.
Yo, he did say that he was the king of R&B for this generation. Well, I'm not even going to say what I feel right now. I'm going to let Chip start it off. What do you got to say about that, Chips?
Shit, the king of rocks and blunts. See?
Ding, ding, ding.
$5.
No.
$10.
You're done.
I ain't say it.
I ain't say it. 20 in the hole, dog.
We want to take. We want to take. Listen. First of all, Your biggest claim to fame right now is a remix off my girl LMA, son.
You mean Beyonce?
Almost. You know what I'm saying?
Beyonce,
but that's your biggest claim to fame right now, fam. The fact that you redid Trip and you and your fans is like, oh, it's better than the LMA version, and LMA and DJ Mustard shut your ass down. Like, you're not making no free money off of my hot record? Are you kidding me? First of all. Second of all, Chris Brown's still alive, fam.
Get him chips?
First of all, Chris Brown is still alive. Chris Brown will mop the floor with you. Off of EP, my dude. Like, are you kidding me? I'm not putting you over Bruno Mars.
And it's your man. No, come on, get him. Stop.
No, I'm not.
He's not R&B. He's pop, though.
He's not, but I'm still not putting him over it. That's my point. I'm not putting him over Bruno Mars, B. Bruno Mars got better R&B skills than him, man. Stop this, man. Stop this, yo. Listen, do it like what's that group name? Cardi B. Migos. Do like Migos, man. Migos not out here talking about they the greatest rappers.
Yes, they are.
They said they the best group. They said they the best rap group ever.
Yeah, but that's a group, all right? They just
no. You don't hit the pass because it's a group.
They still bugging. They still
Wait. As far as group and the impact they have in the rap game, they kind of huge, son.
They have more right of saying that than this dude.
That's what I'm saying. But they not saying, when you say you the king of R&B.
Yeah, they not saying they the most lyrical.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? They not saying they the king of the essence of the genre. You know what I'm saying?
He said of this generation, so let's keep that in mind.
Chris Brown's still alive, bro.
I agree with you. Migos said they the best rap group ever in the history. That's worse.
Listen, man.
I think it depends on why you think they saying it.
Yeah.
Yo, the impact they had is crazy, son. I'm not a Migos fan. Don't get me wrong.
Ever.
I'm not trying to hear it. NWA.
So you don't think? So hold on. Let me say this. You don't think that they had just as big of an impact as a group in the rap game as, say, a Run DMC back in the day?
No. Or NWA or Wu-Tang.
Yo, Chips. I get where you coming from. Son, they old heads, son. They not gonna understand, son.
I'm the oldest head.
Son, folks don't understand.
If you ask somebody from their generation, the Migos is their Run DMC, son.
That's my
generation. I get it. They said ever. Jacquees said generation, so I kind of understand it better where he's coming from. Even though he's still tripping, man. Still.
Oh, no pun intended. I like that. All right, but I get what you're saying. But I'm just saying.
Who your kings?
Who my king right now?
Generation.
Let's go. 2010 to next. Let's do last 10 years, last 20 years, last 30 years.
R&B?
Yeah.
Chris Brown.
Yeah.
R. Kelly. Who was before R. Kelly?
Nah, I think you will put R. Kelly in the 30 year.
Yeah.
All right, so then if I do that, I got to do Usher.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. My part. He bugging all the way the fuck out. All the way.
Can y'all name me? All right, outside of the remix, I'm serious. I never heard I don't know. I don't even know if I've heard one of this dude's songs.
Biggest claim to fame, fam. Biggest claim to fame.
That I might have heard in a club that gets knocked.
No, you didn't.
It's a dope remix, but that's his biggest claim to fame, son.
The only thing I know about this dude is he been arrested in Miami. I don't know what. I don't understand what's going on.
And he signed the Cash Money, so that's all you need to know.
Yeetity.
Hell no.
Hold on, let me see his face.
I don't know. Like, Chris Brown definitely has to be in that category for this time frame. I don't feel like Bruno Mars is all pop. I feel like Bruno Mars bounces back and forth. But point blank and simple, the motherfucker sings. And he does the shit well. And he makes hits.
Hits after hits. Hits
So,
after hits.
I would definitely have to say 10 years, Chris Brown. Or 5 years or whatever it was. The next one is definitely Usher. R. Kelly as well.
Yo, it's really no debate. It's really no debate.
Yeah.
It's really no debate.
Is he a drug addict or is he a meth head or something? Like, what?
Nah, it's just this social media age. Son.
Yo, blame social media, son.
Yeah.
Blame social media, son.
He just threw a bunch of money at his mother's wedding and filmed himself doing it. Anything for attention.
Yep.
I'm not big on R&B like that. I mean, I listen to it, casually, but Trey Songz album Ready, how was that like in the R&B field? Like, was that
It's a classic.
He got mixtapes. He got mixtapes that's fire, man.
That's the joint with Jupiter Love?
Huh?
That's the joint with Jupiter Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was classic.
Classic.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you said classic. Chris made his face up like he.
Would you say that was his best?
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
His best, yeah.
You don't think that was his best album? What was his best album to you?
PPP.
PPP.
Pain, pleasure. No.
I don't know about that.
That was his best joint. That was his best album by far.
No, I don't know about that. So,
All right, I'm ready to go play Call of Duty on that note.
Yo,
You're the only one in the world that's going to say that.
yo,
Power Rankings. Power
I'm the
Rankings.
only one that know music. That's fine.
You have power rankings. Power rankings.
That's all it boils down to, Chips.
Yo, Passion, Pain, Pleasure is Trey Songz's best album. And if you don't like it, comment in the comments and tell me why I'm wrong. But until somebody knows,
don't even comment on that.
I'm right.
Don't
That's
even
the
comment
best
on
joint, hands down.
nah,
Hands down.
nah. Only thing wrong with Ready was LOL smiley face.
Damn.
Get that song off that album.
To you other dudes that's actually part of the Mizfitz crew that don't support, comment, view, subscribe, just know, man, we're gonna make it, man, and we're gonna leave you home. Just letting you know right now.
Yo, don't try to get on the show after we had 100 subscribers, man. We don't want you.
I'm blocking you and your whole family. For real.
Yo, man, another great episode in the books. Appreciate you fellas for showing up, showing out, being the misfits that you are. Again, subscribe, comment, like. Make sure you guys hit us up, man. Don't hit us up talking about, I like the show, but then we ask you a question about which part you like. You don't know nothing.
Nothing.
You know what I mean? If you don't comment, we can't respond. We're going to have a dialogue. Comment, man. Share. Subscribe. And we appreciate y'all, man. We out of here.
Friends about us.
Yo, I started a party chat. Join, you heard?